Hello, everybody, and welcome to Optimism Fractal. I'm so thrilled to be back here with my pals, Will, Rosmari, Tadas, and Abraham. We're having a good time here. Great time over here. Oh, yeah, you got some drinks and dancing. Wow, there we go. All right, we're here for, I think it's our 55th meeting or something like that. We're having fun. I'm going to give a little presentation to welcome everybody to Optimism Fractal, a little introductory overview, and also then we'll get into playing the respect game that we all love here. So if anyone wants to say hello or anything you quickly want to share, then feel free, and I'll get into the presentation in a moment.
Yeah, baby. Roll that beautiful optimism fractal footage.
All right. Well, we're gonna roll the beautiful Optimism Fractal footage now. Once Zoom lets me share it. Okay, Zoom is allowing me to share my screen now. So we're here for our Optimism Fractal event, as we love to do, to collaborate and build on Ethereum and on the super chain. You can learn more about Optimism Fractal at optimismfractal.com. It's a community dedicated to fostering collaboration, awarding public goods creators, and optimizing governance on the super chain. And there's lots of great ways to get involved. The best way to get involved is to join our bi-weekly events. So we switched over to bi-weekly events a couple weeks ago for anybody who missed the news. And these events provide a perfect place to network, make friends, and collaborate with talented builders in the super chain. At each event, we play the Respect game, an innovative and wonderful on-chain social game that we that we that we play each week, where participants share what they've recently done to help optimism, collaborate to rank each other's contributions, and earn respect, a soulbound token that provides growing benefits with our growing ecosystem. And you can watch and you can play, so everybody's welcome to join these events and take part in our videos and our events. So we record videos as you're watching or seeing right now, to help promote everybody's work and help people understand all the great builders and great things that are happening in the Optimism ecosystem. And we're also building, with respect, we're building Optimism Toolkit, Fractal apps, all sorts of apps that allow people to play the respect game and make decisions with the respect token. So Optimism Fractal is an excellent place to develop your on-chain career and business, whether you're a organization leader or community leader or just getting involved or a solo builder. You can grow your reputation here with the respect token that's recorded on the OP mainnet by getting peer evaluations from fellow contributors. Enjoy the harvest with lots of benefits and lots of great feedback that people love, things about Optimism Fractal. And we're building in public together with these videos, with these events, with our Notion site, with our open source repositories, where you can get involved with all sorts of different ways to develop with Optimism Fractal. And you can earn funding too on the super chain and the wider Ethereum ecosystem. Lots of great ways to earn funding by contributing to the future of the internet, such as retro funding and so forth. So encourage everybody to look at the website optimismfractal.com to learn more about these, as well as explore how we're pioneering the future of governance. You can check out our protocol specifications, our intents, and the concept of fractal democracy that we're pioneering here. We have a rich history where we've been pioneering this concepts for quite a while and doing amazing work here to change how the world cooperates, really. So everybody can get involved with the Optimism Fractal Sages Council to help make community decisions, and also the ORDAO process, or the ORDAO software, where people can vote on proposals on our on-chain account. Optimism Fractal Hats Tree. We'll also have the Optimism Town Hall in about an hour, just after the Optimism Fractal Respect game, and all sorts of other things you can explore. Optimism Fractal is founded and presented by Optimistics, Optimistics.io, a team of builders who build the software, organize events, and develop pro-social games in the superchain and Ethereum. And there's educational resources by Eden Fractal too. So you can check out edenfractal.com to learn more about that. And go to optimism.io to learn more about the superchain, and ethereum.org. The superchain is an interconnected network of blockchain scaling Ethereum on an open source code base called the OP stack, with Base, OP mainnet, Inc., World, Sonium, much more. Check it out, learn more, and the best way to get involved, once again, is to join our bi-weekly events on Thursdays at 17 UTC. You can check out gov.optimism.io to learn about all of our progress in Season 5 Optimism Fractal. We also have threads for the prior seasons too, where you can learn more on the Optimism Governance Forum, and encourage everybody to share their thoughts there, as well as RSVP for the event and invite friends. We love to meet people. So lou.mouse.optimistics. You can find out all the events hosted by the Optimistics. I mentioned that we're doing bi-weekly events, and Eden Fractal events are now also bi-weekly on the same date as to Thursday 17 UTC as Optimism Fractal. So Optimistics hosts events focus on optimism and Ethereum and practical decision-making processes and so forth, like the Respect game, each Thursday at 17 UTC, and with Optimism Town Hall at 18 UTC. So encourage you to join and invite friends and so forth, and check out the videos too, optimismfractal.com/videos, where you can see all of the times that we're playing the Respect game, as well as the Optimism Town Hall episodes at optimismtownhall.com. You can also find those on the Eden Creators YouTube channel. Like and subscribe, you know the drill. And check out the Optimistic X account, like and share to help spread the word for what we're doing here. So we're going to play the respect game now. Welcome, Zaal, by the way. Thanks for joining. Respect game is a revolutionary framework for community growth. You can learn more at optimistic.io/respect game. Basically, we're going to go into, well, we're not going to go into break rooms actually, but we're going to share what we did to help optimism. We're just going to take about 4 minutes to share what we have been up to for the past couple weeks. And then we're going to work to reach consensus on who up the most, who up the second most, who up the third most, and so forth. And if we can reach consensus, post on chain, then we'll all receive respect tokens, and people who receive a higher level receive more. So you can see all the specifications for how that works on optimismfractal.com. And everyone's also welcome to try out the open source tools that we're building, such as Fractalgram, ORDAO, and the Respect.Games app to start playing the Respect game with their community as well. And we have a lot of overview about how you can do this and the different apps and how you can get started on the optimistics.io/tools page. So I think everybody here knows well, but yeah, feel free to share your screen, feel free to share any links, um, and so forth. But yeah, everybody here knows it. So hopefully you all enjoy the respect game. And yeah, I'm looking forward to a great event, hearing what everybody's been up to. So if anyone wants to kick us off and go first, then feel free. The floor is open.
I'll go.
All right.
So as you guys may know, I am an OP delegate, and I started actually getting a lot more involved by looking at proposals, voting. So on the season 7 chain delegation program amendment, I voted, and there were also some elections that I voted on. So that was really cool. And just trying to get more in sync with what's going on with the collective. So that's always fun. I also did a bunch of work on the Fractalgram app. So I put in a total of, I think, 5 bug fixes and one big new feature. So there was some trouble with logging in and session management. Sometimes it was redirecting when people would go to their profile, they would get like redirected back to the profile. I fixed that bug. Um, I still do have a little bit of work to do as far as like a brand new user logging in. Sometimes they get like a blank screen. They just have to click on the sidebar to get into their profile or into the actual session list. But it is definitely working better. Made a lot of big performance improvements in terms of how long we're seeing spinners. Um, I did get the organization set up so that we have separation between the different organizations. So as Eric starts doing I Value Global, um, the Zaal starts doing the Zaal, and Buildium starts doing Buildium. So we can have all these organizations coexisting independently, and everybody doesn't have to like step over each other when we're selecting people to be in the groups and stuff. So that'll be a good step forward. There's obviously still tons to do, but I also, let's see, I fixed the profile editing was a little weird where we were seeing errors, they weren't read. So just some minor bug fixes, some major bug fixes, but yeah, a lot of work on development this round, this 2 weeks.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Abraham. You still have a few more minutes left if you want to go into more detail on any of those points, or if there's anything else you want to share.
Let's see. So I think the next steps are probably going to be um well, oh, I forgot one feature. So I did get in the feature on who hasn't voted yet. So you can actually see the list of people who have not voted in your group. So that's in there. And yeah, the next steps are probably to try to get the finalize that login bug. There's a little bit of weirdness there, and then just making sure I'm in sync with Tadas on the back end stuff in terms of trying to get each of these contracts set up for specific organizations. So that'll be the next big step.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much, Abraham. That's super exciting, and I love all the development work on Fractalgram. as well as the participation in Optimism governance. You still have a couple minutes left if there's anything else you want to add, or I don't know if anybody else wants to share any thoughts or questions for Abraham. You can pass it on whenever you're ready to, Abraham, if you want to.
Yeah, I'm going to ETH Denver. Looking forward to seeing a couple of you there. So that'll be a big deal. Does anybody have questions on the app or suggestions? Or I mean, obviously, there's the issues on GitHub. If you guys have suggestions in terms of what you'd like to see in the app, please go ahead and just get in there and throw an issue and try and maybe throw a tag on it that shows if it's a bug or an enhancement, and I'll try and get to it.
Can you throw the link to the GitHub in the chat? Oh, there we go.
There you
You
go.
just did. Awesome. Hey, also, I like the reskinning of it. I think that was debuted last time we met. So thank you for making it look more, professional, I guess, instead of just the blanket Acme, right? No questions on that. Just you come in on the 21st, yeah? Denver?
I believe so.
Okay.
Look.
I'm a private message you my cell phone so you can get it in there and then give me your flight itinerary and get you on my
Oh yeah,
calendar.
that'd be wonderful. I'd love to sync up with you.
Yeah,
Is that an offer for a potential pickup?
that is an offer for an airport pickup. Yes,
Dude, that would
to
be
your
amazing.
accommodation.
I would be so appreciative. Thanks, Will.
All right. Making progress here with the logistical plans and travel plans. Love to see it. Yeah, so very cool. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Denver as well. And also following up with all of these things you've been doing GitHub. If you want to pick somebody to go next, Abraham, then you can do so whenever you're ready.
Let's see. Let's call Zaal.
Better calls all.
What is up, guys? Good to see you. Let me share my screen. So now we're doing the last couple of weeks. Is that how this bad Larry goes now?
Yeah, past 2 weeks.
Okay. So in the past 2 weeks, I have edited our Zaal Fractal page or our Zaal token page on our website. And I recently added in a zoom out feature so that on mobile and on smaller desktops, it would be more palatable for our presentation. And I added in, oh, no, it was not there. I created a example of fractalgram v2 for Abraham's version with the Vercel game, just for my team to be able to go through and understand everything they have to do. So right now on mobile, there's no kind of side screen. I guess that's probably something I should put in for you as an issue. So I have that. So people right now have to put in their URL if they need to go to the profile or go to play. So I just have very basic step 1, step 2, sign in. Step 3, right now you have to go over to your profile. This is something Abraham added in recently in the last week. So that was awesome because my page isn't littered with everyone, just the Zaal Fractal guys. And then, of course, the next step is to join and vote and then reach consensus. And that's how far I got because I was just doing it on my own. So I have to finish those last couple steps, but it's a good example, and it got our team last week through our second version of V2 of the fractalgram this week, which was awesome. Other than that, in the last couple of weeks, we've just been continuing on our fractal journey. I've been working on updating our Charmverse and our website and kind of pulling together all of our documentation and trying to piece it together in one place. And I'm trying to finalize where exactly I'm going to do that. I really do like Charmverse for our DAO hive mind, and I plan to put most of our documentation and stuff there, and kind of take a lot of the stuff from this website off and put it on the Charmverse, and kind of put it behind our token gate of you need 5 Zao tokens to join the Zaoverse. So that's only a minute for me. I don't have a crazy amount. I've been diving a little bit into the Eliza framework and trying to spend as much time as I can to trying to code a little bit here and there. I joined this group called the Dabble Club, or I'm a part of this community called the Dabble Club, where they mostly do Polygon stuff. But they have this agent camp that they're doing a 3-week boot camp. So I'm kind of following along with that, and just trying to start up a couple of our own AI bots, whether that be just for looking on chain or just for social, will be a couple ideas. But at a minimum, we're working on a WavewarZ DJ Wavy bot and a Zaal music bot that we can have different community members submit anything that they want the bot to tweet, the Zaal community account to tweet, and the goal is to ultimately make it a community account. Yeah, so those are the kind of the big things we're working on. We've got a ton of calls with a bunch of different things. Really going hard on WavewarZ with Hurricane. I think he showed up last week, which was awesome to have him here. But yeah, that's mostly what's going on in our world. Had a couple spaces. We just started a space called AttaBotty Labs, which is going to be a live stream of us making music. AttaBotty making music, and me listening in, vibing out, learning a little bit about music production and music creation. So I'm excited for that. And then, yeah, just kind of plugging and chugging. I'm definitely going to miss out on ETH Denver. Would love to see you all, amazing folks, but we're going to have a bunch of awesome Zaal folks out there. So I'll make sure to reach out and make sure any events that we got going on and cooking up that I share with the Optimism Fractal team, because I know a bunch of you guys are going to be there. So shout out to everyone here, and thank you. I am going to call on Will T to go next.
So you're going to pick on me, huh? Okay, fine. A couple things. I did put my cell phone number in the chat because I realized maybe more than just Abraham are coming to ETH Denver, right? So it is in there. Get in my phone book. Send me a text. Let me know who you are. I'll get you added as well. For those coming to ETH Denver that need airport transportation. Additionally, I don't know if you guys saw or not, but ETH Denver is now accepting art submissions for their art galleries. I did post that link in the chat for this group as well. So all you artists in there, I want to see your beautiful art when I'm walking around that art gallery. Even if you can't make it, your art could still be featured. What have I done in the last 2 weeks? Well, it's been a mix of Web3 and in real life events. But I think the most significant things that have been accomplished. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Unlock Protocol or Unlock DAO, but we are a DAO now, and they have a platform similar to Luna, but it's more of a Web3 solution where you can schedule events, you can set up subscriptions, you can do a lot of different things with Unlock Protocol. They've been around for a few years, but what I did for them, and this is how it ties back to Optimism because it's part of the superchain experience, they recently moved their native token off of Arbitrum onto Base, and Base is part of that grouping of the superchain consortium or collective, whatever you want to refer to it as. So I've been helping them set up their initial guild page. It's not ready for sharing or prime time yet, but once it is, then of course, we'll get those resources out to everyone in our network so you can kind of peep that out and learn more about Unlock Protocol. It's divided into pretty much 2 groups. So you have the lab group, which is the developers and the people working with all the smart contracts and the platform and things of that nature, doing feature ads. But additionally, there is a DAO side of it, and that's more of the marketing and the finances and everything like that. So I've been an active participant in that community for the last 2 weeks. As far as Let's Grow DAO, we're formulating right now our 2025 roadmap, which will be premiered before ETH Denver. We will have some sort of presence around ETH Denver. Not sure 100% what that's going to look like. It might just be Will T draped in a banner for Let's Grow DAO for all I know. But we'll see how that all takes out once we get closer to the event. And then as far as KF Media, I mean, we've been pumping out content, talking about our Learn for Impact program. We've been publishing some courses, and KF Media is built on Optimism. That was that was actually the third chain that we launched our smart contracts on that are relative to our community. But also our Charmverse integration, similar to the Zaalverse or the Zaal, I guess it's now called. In Charmverse is also integrated with Optimism. We were invited by by Glow Dollar. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Glow Dollar or not, but Glow Dollar is this unique stable coin where they use traditional financial reserves to back the stable coin, but they take the yields from that and they put it back into this ecosystem, into the Web3 public goods ecosystem, right? And they've done that various different mechanisms that they've done that, including a retro funding. They currently are supporting on the Celo chain. But they have a new focus and a renewed focus to drive more awareness around what they do on the Optimism chain. So we're invited to a very specific funding round that's being run right now on Gitcoin Grant Stack. I'll post the link here when I'm done talking, so it's not a distraction for me. But that being said, we're one of 35 different project orgs, entities in that funding round. There is a matching component to it. I'm not necessarily soliciting for your support, but I'm just saying, hey, this is what else is going on in the ecosystem around Optimism to drive more eyeballs onto Optimism as well. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that's been going on in my world. Like I said, we've been doing this whole marketing campaign about our Learn to Earn program, which is called Learn for Impact. You see it highlighted here in the banner behind me. And Glow Dollar, if I'm not mistaken, I'd have to move completely out of the way. Like Glow Dollar is one of the first 4 tokens that we acquired through Gitcoin funding rounds in order to hold that in our treasury. And just the simple fact of holding it in your treasury, it does good for the ecosystem. So that's my time, and I'm going to flip it over to Rosmari.
Thanks, Will. Yeah, thanks. This past 2 weeks, I did some things, so I'll go through them now. Great to see you all. Well, I promoted the events that are happening today, and I did it in a thread where I shared also the videos from the past 2 weeks, from 2 weeks ago, and also they are now out, the 2 videos for everyone to watch. I shared the same message in our Discord, and as well as Optimism's discourse. Dan posted it here, and same with Warpcast. Since I joined the Ethereum channel, I've been posting there too, and as well as in the other groups like Greenfield Base, Optimism Fractal. And I also promoted and attended the Eden Fractal event that happened last week on Wednesday, and made a nice tweet here about Zaal and Hurricane. And also did this tweet where I promoted the event. It's a tweet thread, so I also shared the Eden Fractal latest video from in there too. And then also I've been learning a lot in what's happening in the industry. I've been tweeting and stuff. So I responded to a tweet by Kevin Owocki. He was doing some research for his newest book, How to DAO, and I responded with trends that he missed, which is the Optimism Fractal reputation-based governance with on-chain social games. He liked it, and I think he also included it in, he followed me and he included it in his thank you list, as well as the trends. And apart from that, I also heard back from this event I applied 2 weeks ago. That was the Ethereum Localism Goes Cosmo Loco event that's being held in Boulder. I heard back that I'm good to go, so actually I'm going to probably attend. And yeah, that was my application for it, which I did do 2 weeks ago, as I mentioned. But this past 2 weeks, I worked on another application, and that's for the Next Billion Fellowship Program. And I these are questions that I had to answer. I mostly worked on that one for the past 1 week or so. I put a lot of effort into it, and yeah, these are the questions. The questions were kind of, what is your story? Describe your project. Include a roadmap that fits into the duration of the fellowship. And generally, the fellowship is about hearing people's stories from like and answering or getting to hear about real world problems that Ethereum can solve, and the community as well. And this is kind of my these are my answers in case you're interested about the organizations I'm involved with, and kind of what's my story, like my journey to Ethereum. And then mostly the project that I wrote about is to start community stories again, which is a podcast that I used to I've hosted, and I've hosted 2 episodes so far, which I'm looking to rekindle again. And actually, I mentioned that I'd like to start interviewing builders from Optimism Fractal and Eden Fractal and communities around. So I'm looking forward to hearing more about that. If I get accepted, this will start likely in April. So there's still some time till I hear from them. Apart from this, I also watched a bunch of interviews about Ethereum, and more so about the Ethereum Foundation. I watched or listened to a few with the leaders like Danny and Aya and Vitalik and George Stark. And yeah, those were like pretty interesting, and they helped me with the application to the next Billion Fellowship too. Thank you. And Dan, would you like to go next?
Thank you, Rosmari. Well, we haven't heard from Tadas yet, so I don't know, Tadas, do you want to go before me, or?
Or Tadas, okay.
I can go. Yes, so in the previous meeting for Optimism Fractal, I introduced notifications for our DAO events in Discord. And soon after that event, I improved the messages, customized them to be more understandable for DAO users. Then with help of other participants, I fixed an issue with proposals, with submissions from last week because of wrong meeting numbers and group numbers. Again, people reacted. We needed to cancel one proposal and submit another, and I was glad that people like Dan and Abraham reacted quite quickly, because it's like these kinds of things are real test for our DAO, because it depends on there being active community members like this, at least a couple of them to solve issues like this. Yeah, and then I worked on our DAO repository. So previously the current version is, well, actually current version is partly deployed still from the old Fraps repo. And right now I consolidated all the code in our DAO repo finally, so it's much cleaner now. I also reduced the amount of confirmations that our client is waiting for before returning. So yeah, so in the future, once I publish this new version, we should not need to wait as long after submitting results. So we should return success more quickly. Yeah, today I distributed respect and was glad to see that our node, the server-side component for our DAO, it has uptime for over 2 weeks now. So that means that 1.1 version is really working, because previously it was crashing every 3 to 4 days. Yeah, and when it comes to more general contributions to fractals, I'm preparing a new set of deployments. So for Eden Fractal, Zaal Fractal, and Abraham's fractal that he's doing for his work. Yeah, so all of these fractals will either be deployed on Optimism or Base. Well, at least two of them, and so yeah, I still consider it contribution to Superchain, and yeah, I also sent out queries for some of the information I need to make these deployments to points of contact to each of the fractals, and yeah, and in the process, I expected that I will be able to create a kind of a template, same template for all the new, basically, fractals to fill out so that I can deploy. But in the process, I learned that each of them are slightly different, specifically in terms of in the way that they in their relationship with old respect. So ORDAO depends on there being some kind of existing token distribution on which to bootstrap basically voting mechanism. Yeah, and each of these fractals have a little bit different needs in terms of that. So yeah, so it turned out to be more complex to create that kind of template, but it's not a big issue, and yeah. Yeah, and I think that's all from me.
Awesome. Thank you, Tadas. Thank you very much. I also started going through that message that you sent me and started to look at all the ORDAO configuration, stuff like that too. So I'll follow up with you with that tomorrow at the latest. That's my plan. And interesting to see how it works in the background. Okay, I suppose that I'll go ahead then. And so wonderful to hear from everybody so far. And I'll share what I did to help Optimism over the past couple weeks. For some reason, it's taking a little while for my screen share to load. Can you see my screen right now?
No.
Now we
right?
can.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So everybody here knows me, just for anybody who's watching. Dansingjoy. I do a lot of stuff with these community events, Optimism Fractal, Eden Fractal, Optimism Town Hall, Optimistic Eden Creators, and stuff like that. Hosting these events each week and coordinating with a lot of the developments and the marketing and stuff like that. You can learn more about me at dansingjoy.com. Over the past couple of weeks, for one thing, I hosted and I organized the Eden Fractal event. It was the first event of the year. I put together this picture, which I think is quite nice. It shows the a bit of a timeline from when we started working on the Eden community and fractal democracy practices back in 2021. And then Rosmari put out this nice tweet, and then I hosted the event. And we had a great discussion with Tadas there, and Zaal and Hurricane and Rosmari and several others. So that was really cool to hear from everybody. And so that was a nice event. And I think I had put together some other kind of introductory things about what we talk about and stuff as well. I put together a topic proposal. I'll let him share that, but basically focusing on strategizing to maximize growth and to do transformative growth. And I also introduced and talked more about the well, I didn't introduce because I introduced it last time about the core intents of Eden Fractal and to help the fractal ecosystem as much as possible. So that's something we discussed there, which I previewed a little bit at last week's Optimism Town Hall. The video's out now, so you can check it out. I also applied for the Next Billion Fellowship that Ethereum that Rosmari applied for, hosted by or organized by the Ethereum Foundation. So I worked on this quite a lot over the break. Next Billion Fellowship is about bringing Ethereum and the benefits of it to the next billion people around the world with great stories and great tools and so forth. So I made a pretty detailed application. You have to make it pretty concise here, but I made a research proposal to well, I told my problems I'm trying to solve about helping all community organizations get better tools and methods for effective coordination, governance, of public goods, and helping great builders on Ethereum who are building these to improve the accessibility and adoption of these tools to fulfill their potential. And then I shared my story over here, and then I made a research proposal to explore how to enable the next 1,000 million and billion users to benefit from fractal coordination processes on Ethereum. And I provided some details about the systematic research to make implementation guides and growth strategy guides and provide ecosystem overview and stuff like that with research deliverables. And then I provided some writing samples and everything else like that. I also put together at dansingjoy.com/writing an overview of the various places where I write. Previously, it was kind of scattered all over, but I just kind of curated all in one spot. And then I published this blog post that I wrote for a previous fellowship that I applied for at the Ethereum Foundation, the EcoDev Fellowship, about Ethereum and the future of coordination as well. So I wrote this previously, but I just published it on the website now, and it goes into my vision for the Ethereum and the opportunities in the Infinite Garden and my experience with the World Computer and so forth. And then I made a video for the application as well, talking about trust, and I made it look pretty nice, I think. I also applied, like Rosmari did, for the Ethereum Goes Cosmo local event organized by Region Hub and OpenCivics, primarily by OpenCivics, and I was approved for that. So that's really cool, and looking forward to joining. This is opencivics.com or .co. They're building really cool stuff that's aligned with what we're doing, and I put together this application talking about Ethereum localism, general forum for Ethereum localism. They're still also looking for more attendees to join too. So if you'll be in Boulder or Denver around the time, then encourage you to join and check it out. And I put out this message over here saying that I'll be connecting with people from the Fractal communities and Optimism and Ethereum at ETH Denver and at the GFL, the General Forum on Ethereum Localism. So I provided links there in the Discord for Optimism Fractal that you can learn more. I also had a conversation with Agent Vitalik too, which was created by Kevin Owocki and his team at Infinite Regen AI. So Agent Vitalik just came out a couple weeks ago. He's an AI trained on Vitalik's writings, and I promoted or kind of told him a little bit about, well, he has about designing governance systems where policies, incentives, and outcomes are mathematically provable. And so I wrote about how Tadas is building this with ORDAO. We're doing that with respect and Optimism Fractal. I provided some links, had a bit of a back and forth, also tagged Kevin Owocki and the real Vitalik too. Tadas got in the conversation a little bit. I shared it with some Fractal people. And I also updated the ORDAO article too. I think I made it a good deal better. I made some new art for it. And then I wrote out some sections and key benefits and use cases and stuff like that, technical architecture. So just trying to improve this article. I also put together a different page about ORDAO deployment information because it was kind of messy previously, but now that's on the optimistic side on a different page. In addition, I'm just about done. I also updated the Optimism Town Hall website too. I just kind of made it flow a bit better. I added a section about watch videos and about gaining influence at Optimism Fractal, about exploring Ethereum. So just kind of touched it up, and I've been, constantly involved with learning about the super chain. I was checking out Jesse's new video, Jesse Pollock's new video about 2025 for base, and learning a lot about the super chain and Ethereum as always too. So that's it for me.
Hey, Dan, will you post a link to that community event that you're going to?
Yeah, sure. I'll share a link to
I don't know how I missed it. I didn't see that on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I shared it in the Optimism Fractal chat too 5 days ago as well.
Okay, I'll check.
Okay. I'll also share it in the chat too. And yeah, if you could make it, that would be cool. It'd be cool to coordinate too, because I got approved for it, but I was like, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do in between it because last year I went for like 3 or 4 days, but in this case I'll be going for like 10 days and I don't know what to do yet. So maybe we can coordinate around like different events we can go to or something like that. Thanks, Al.
I can help you game plan also if it's valuable. I have access to a website that is curating all the side events around East Denver. So I'll probably just share that in the Discord
Okay,
so it gets more
That's
visibility.
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
So you guys can start mapping it out.
Okay, sounds great.
Now, I will say if you're planning on going from Denver to Boulder, that is a little bit of a hike,
Yeah.
especially on rideshare. So yeah, carpool.
Yeah, I'm thinking of renting a car. I did that last year,
Oh,
so
okay.
we'll see.
Or if I'm available. Okay, cool. So you're renting a car.
Yeah, I'm still not sure, but I'm kind of leaning
Okay.
towards it because it came in handy last year.
Okay. No worries. Just let me know.
Okay, will do. Very much looking
I'm at
forward
your
to.
service if I'm available. Yes. Go
Sounds
ahead.
good. Well, likewise, I'm looking forward to meeting you and happy to help however I can. Although, of course, you'll know the area better than me. I know there's mountains there. And Abraham, I did just share those links in the Zoom chat as well. I shared both the Discord post and the blog post where it has the application and the overview of the event and stuff.
Nice. Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. If anybody has any questions for anybody, then now would be a good time. If not, we can get into reaching consensus on the fractalgram app.
Yeah, let's get into the game.
One
Sounds
quick note
good.
is I haven't put in safety for creating the same group at the same time. So we probably want to, since we have multiple admins on the call, we probably want to just like designate one person to create it. I think I mean, duplicate sessions aren't the end of the world, but I did put an issue in so I can solve that in the future.
Okay. Thanks, Abraham. Does anybody want to volunteer to set it up, or has anybody already started?
I think Abraham was volunteering himself.
I'm
I'm
already
already
I'm already on that page. I think it's good to if
Okay.
someone else other than Abraham tries to do it with the new meeting number and stuff.
Sounds
yeah,
good.
that's a good idea to us.
Yeah, so I see myself, Rosmari,
Wow. Optimism Fractal,
Will.
create your group. Very nice.
It
Yeah,
won't actually let you start a
Oh,
session until you enter the number.
Yeah, I no longer have access since I'm in my own Zaal group, so I don't think I can see the Optimism Fractal ones now.
If you go to your profile, Zal, you can switch the organization and then you'll be able to see you
Very
should be able to
cool.
see us. I think when you go to your sessions though, you'll still be able to see if we create a session, you'll still be able to pop in there if you want. I didn't like it was kind of hard to make it multi-organization at least at first, so I'll do that in the future.
Yeah, that makes sense.
By the way,
Okay,
Zal, I
done.
love the tutorials you made for fractalgram.
Thank
Super
you,
cool.
thank you. Yeah, that's on our website, so it's definitely available for anyone else. And hopefully, in the next week, I add to it. But I didn't remember to screenshot anything this week, so maybe not.
Okay, very cool. Well, yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's a great resource. Sasha, you were saying something there?
Yeah, I don't see Zaal yet.
Okay.
and
Oh,
Oh,
Abraham,
so
I
I
do
might
know.
have to change my organization then for that.
yeah, you might. I didn't think of that.
You could switch it back and forth, I guess, between events.
And Abraham, I do now have admin access, so I can see groups.
I don't know what is going on with that. It's so weird. Maybe we can sit together
Okay, do
when
you
we're
see
in
me now?
and then solve it.
Mm,
No, I'm saying I can. Remember
Oh,
we
you
were
can?
troubleshooting that? Yes, I can.
It's a
I have
miracle.
access now.
yeah,
I
I
know,
Okay,
right?
okay. That is so great to hear, Will. I was still broken.
yeah, okay, session created. Cool. And no one has voted yet. Now I know that. Everyone who hasn't voted.
Ah, so now you can tell. Okay, so that
Yep.
kind of changes the game theory a little bit, the game dynamics.
The other thing is the ranking bug should be fixed. So we'll see at the end.
Okay.
It was for me.
Oh, it says who's not voted yet. Now I can take forever.
Yeah. Puts a little pressure on if you don't want to be singled out, I guess. Rosemary has not
Oh
voted
no, it's
yet.
just Rosemary. We're waiting on you, Rosemary.
Yeah, we'll call you out on this recorded call. Hey, you haven't voted yet. Vote, please.
Who will Rosemary vote for? We're all on the edge of our seats. Are you voting?
I voted.
For me, it still
There
says
it
Rosmari
goes.
not voted yet.
Oh,
Oh,
I did.
it just reloaded. Okay, cool. It looks like Abraham got level 6.
Ooh.
Go Abraham.
Yep.
Abraham's raising the
Thanks,
roof.
everybody.
Okay. Now level 5.
A little feedback. Can we make those radial buttons a little bit more prevalent? Like, I don't know, but like a highlight around them because they're coming through a little light on my screen. Or if
It
there
would
can
be
be a
cool to
dark
make them
version.
bigger too, Loki.
Yeah.
They're a little bit small on mobile, but
Well,
Oh,
yeah, but
yeah.
like a little border around them to highlight them, or maybe if there's an opportunity to make like a dark version versus a white version of this page.
Yeah, yeah, they can definitely be molded and shaped as we want. We can throw an issue into the GitHub and I'll work on it.
Okay, cool. We got Tadas at level 5, by the way, and now we're voting on level 4.
Okay, we have Will for level 4.
Okay.
Oh, thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, Will. Thank you. And now we're on level 3.
Rosmari
Ro-
and Dansingjoy hasn't voted.
I
And
have
Rosemary's
voted.
putting a lot of thought into it.
I have voted.
It, my selection has kind of has rolled over to the next level. So I do have my previous vote already there in a way.
Mm.
You might have to click off of it and click again to make it register. I think
Okay.
there's a bug there.
Okay.
Okay. So it looks like one person hasn't voted yet.
Ooh.
And up now we've all voted, and I have half the votes, and Zaal has half the votes. What do you
Consensus
need?
reached, he
Oh, it
said.
says consensus is reached. Okay, so Zaal got level 3.
Okay.
yay. I like the ease of switching on this because I had so many times in the past where people just would not retract their votes. And this is a lot smoother for that. And I think that definitely helps. Because I still have the challenge in Zaal Fractal where, like, when we don't reach consensus, everyone just sits there. And it's like, but, making it work.
Zao hasn't voted yet.
Thanks for sharing your thoughts on that too, Zaal. Great to hear your feedback of the usage of the app with the Zaal Fractal. And it looks like I have consensus for level 2. All right, thanks all for the respect. That means Rosmari gets level 1. First place. And that means we can push it on chain. And we've had another successful respect game. Our 55th one at Optimism Fractal, I think, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're getting up there. Abraham is pumped.
I can't tell you how happy I am to see this rankings come in correctly.
Nice. Have you been working on that like a lot? That feature?
It was a really tricky bug for some reason. Because the last person is automatic, it was like assuming that they were the wrong rank. And yeah, so just that was the tough one.
Have you looked at what
Oh,
Tadas did on the Discord integration with this once we submit the proposal?
What was that?
No, I just think it's cool the integration you've done with the
Uh,
Discord feed when we're submitting this proposal. It's updating the Discord live.
yeah.
I gotta run, so I just have two quick things. Tadas, I saw your message. I think I might wait a month or a little bit more before integrating it, just because we're still finalizing some Zaal Fractal stuff. But I'm excited, and I will send you over that information in due time. And yeah, if there's anything I can do to help out with ORDAO, I would love to. I was gonna say something else, but now I'm forgetting it.
Okay, thanks for the update. Because do this once you're ready. No need to rush. Yeah. And Abraham, if for example, we have over 66% of votes, like we have consensus, but there's one person who hasn't voted yet. So for example, it could be like everyone votes like for one person, but then there's one vote not yet in. So in that case, do we still have to wait for the next vote, or can we proceed? For me, it seems that we have to wait for the last vote.
Yeah, I changed it. That was part of the bug, was that we were proceeding with the next level without actually having votes from everyone. So now in order to go to the next or to go to the final, everyone has to vote on every level except for the last one.
Mhm. But
Does that answer?
there might be some, I see what you're saying, but there might be some tricky cases. For example, someone drops off, like has internet connection issues and so on, and we can't vote. In those cases,
I was
in
gonna
the past,
ask that because it's definitely sometimes a challenge where, yeah, if someone jumps off or someone's just not active, and then you just are kind of sitting there, and then might have to either make a new one or this, that, and the third. It might, as much as I know it might not be a good decentralized option, but it would be cool for the admin to be able to skip over or something like that as a backup or another option.
Yeah, that's certainly something we can investigate. That was yeah, that case was leading to that bug. I'm sure I can work around it if we want to. It's just it's not like a trivial thing to do, but I'm sure it can be done.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you, Abraham. Thank you, everyone here. Have a phenomenal rest of your guys' Thursday, and I will see you next week.
Good
Thank
to
you
see
so
you
much,
all.
Zaal.
Take
Have a
care.
phenomenal
Thank you.
day. Thanks so much. Phenomenal. I like how Zaal says that. All right, cool. Well, we can head into the Optimism Town Hall momentarily. If anybody has any last thoughts on their respect game, then feel free to share.
Rosemary, did yours ever connect, or are you still unable?
No, I did.
Okay. And what wallet are you using?
MetaMask.
Okay, no masks, that's not the problem. What about if you just like refresh your page on the final page? Can you let's see if that fixes it? It's strange that you can't connect to Orca Client.
No, it didn't fix when I refreshed, but I can log out and log back in.
Okay. Yeah, that's odd. Seems like a connection issue.
It would be useful to see the console log for me. What's happening there?
Okay. Should we head in town hall now, or should we like
Well,
just
once
spend a few
I
minutes troubleshooting?
once I disconnected and reconnected my MetaMask wallet, now it's allowing me to submit the proposal to ORDAO.
Is it possible that you may have selected a different address in the meantime, or you're sure you had the same address you always use?
No, I had the same address. It was already logged in with it once I opened the website. So
What would cause that? Okay.
We could make a test. I think I have experienced a similar bug in my app with Privy. So, or Rosmari, if you would go to Rosmari, can you go to this app? of.fraps.xyz. I dropped it in the chat.
Okay. Right now, by the way, I clicked on submitting. So right now it's submitting proposal and proposal sent successfully.
Yeah, I see.
Weird.
Yeah, and tell me what you see uh, at the top and what you see in the middle. Do you see login button or?
Yeah, see the privy drop down with login options like MetaMask.
So no, it's not the same. So anyway, but Abraham, I saw something similar in my app. I don't know if it's the same issue, but something where app thinks that Privy is logged in, that the user is logged in through Privy, but somehow it's not able to use some wallet, so it's not fully logged in. I don't know. So and disconnecting, logging out and re-logging in used to fix it. So maybe it's the same issue.
Yeah. Well, maybe this session is expiring incorrectly or something.
Yeah, and I saw Privy released new version recently, new major version. They changed some things, so it might be useful to try to just move to that, and maybe it will be fixed.
Okay, sounds good.
I've been having some wallet popping issues with Privy in general across other communities too. So I don't know what's going on there with their development team, but are they fully open source?
I think that no. I looked into it a while ago.
Fair enough. Lana,
All right.
what's happening?
Yeah, welcome, Lana.
Hey, hey.
Thanks for joining. Hope all is well. Will was just talking about yeah, he was telling us about his experience with Glow Dollar, and I've done some research into Glow Dollar. I see that you're associated with Glow Dollar in some way. So if you'd like to introduce yourself and share any thoughts, we're gonna start up the town hall within a couple minutes. And we have some topics in the agenda that we'll get into. But yeah, we were just wrapping up with the Respect game and talking about some technical issues that we were resolving with our new apps and stuff like that. But nice to see you though. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having. Yeah, and thanks, Will, for the Glow Dollar shout outs. I actually I'm on the growth side, focusing on like partnerships and growth in the super chain / optimism space. So I'm happy to be here. And yeah, for anyone who doesn't know Glow Dollar, we're essentially a like copy paste of USDC. So we're like US regulated, 100% fiat cash backed. So for every dollar of Glow Dollar on chain, it's backed by a real world asset off chain. The difference being we just donate all of our funding to public goods, all our profits to public goods, including Optimism's retro funding, Cello Public Goods retro funding, Protocol Guild, all that good stuff.
Yeah, super cool. Thank you for the introduction, and thanks to you and everybody on the Glow Dollar team for all the great work with stable coins, which are growing extremely quickly and providing a lot of value to our society and making it easier to interact with dollars, and especially doing it with funding public goods, funding retro PGF, and other things like that. I saw that Will has that's another thing he mentioned, that he's got I suppose, grant application in the current round going on as well.
Actually, I'll just drop that in the chat. So pretty much anyone who is, we're currently running around on Gitcoin for Optimism builders who either like hold Glow Dollar, have integrated Glow Dollar into their app, or their like infra in some way supports Glow Dollar. There's about like 6 days left. Applications are still open. So if anyone hasn't yet applied or maybe you just want to swap something in your current treasury into Glow Dollar and then apply, just ping me or like let me know. But I'm looking all the time and I'll approve your application and get you in the round.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much, Lana. Much appreciated. I encourage people to check out Glow Dollar as well. Glowdollar.org is the website. I could perhaps pull it up, so I'll share a little overview visually for people who are interested in checking it out. And yeah, if anybody has any other comments that you want to share, if there's anything else you want to share, Lana, or if anybody else wanted to share any last thoughts about troubleshooting the app or anything like that, then feel free. Or if not, then I'll give a little introduction to the Optimism Town Hall and we can get into the topics of the day as well. I suppose I'll get into it. And of course, feel free. We have some topics in the agenda, but it's also pretty loose and we're just going to flow with it basically. So feel free to just unmute or share any message chat or raise your hand or anything like that if you have any other thoughts that come to mind. Okay, so it should be coming up momentarily. The first screen that you'll see is glowdollar.org. Zero cost philanthropy, fund public goods by holding a stablecoin. Very interesting to see. Stablecoin companies earn $7.4 billion per year. Very exciting. And you can see how it works and more details about what Lana shared there too. So thanks, Lana, once again for joining. Hope you all enjoyed this event and appreciate you joining. And check out Glow Dollar on X as well. Funding optimism builds for free. Love to see it. And more details. That's a thread that Will had shared with me a little while ago, which is really cool to see. So with that, I suppose we'll move on to the topics on the agenda as well, and maybe we'll return to Glow Dollar if everybody would like after we get into it.